Hello, welcome back to Heretic Owl Tarot. My name is Liz. I will be guiding you on this journey today. I'm going back to like intro videos. So I'll put the timestamp in the description if you want to just, skip that and go right to the reading, or skip this part and go right to the reading. Because I just cannot repeat myself 12 times. And especially if there actually is something that I want to say, like at the beginning of every single video, my body refuses to allow that. So anyway, yeah. Now I'm like, what was I going to say? I have the zodiac sign readings all finished for like what was mastered in 2025, what's unfolding in 2026. So definitely check those out. I was going to do those for the human design readings, but I actually feel complete with those. So I'm not going to do that. We're just going to start, with the like human design readings. Just keep it pushing, keep it moving forward. I guess it would be kind of ish for January. I don't necessarily do like monthly readings, but whenever you're seeing this, that's when it is for, What else? I do have a special or like a new offering. It's 333 reading. It's $3.33. It's a 2-card pull. The first card is the door, or like the obstacle, the opportunity, the thing that you are coming up to. And then the other card, the second card, is the key, which is advice, or what's on the other side of that, or what, kind of what's the purpose even maybe of that. It is a written reading. So, I shuffle the cards with your energy in mind. And then I will send you, of course, a picture of the cards, and then I'll send you just a written thing of what comes through for me with each card. So it's definitely a general reading, but you would Venmo me $3.33, and in the Venmo like description, you would include your email address. And then my intention is to get the reading back to you within 24 to 48 hours. It's not going to take that long most times. But that just gives me a good buffer if for some random reason it does take me that long. Like, I don't know, but yeah. And of course, if you make if you make that transaction or whatever, like private, then nobody else will see your email address. Just me. So hopefully that makes sense. There will be an explanation of that in the description as well. And yeah, I think that's it, right? That's really the only thing that I would really actually want to say in every single reading. I keep having this feeling like I just want to use like some cards that have like words on them. I mean, of course there's, words like on the regular tarot too, right? It's like the name of the card, but I don't know. We're going to use the time oracle cards, I think. If you open your reading and it's not, I don't have this deck in there, it's because it didn't go the way that I thought it was going to go. And anyway, okay. I think that's it. Let's get into the readings. Great. So this is a reading for the 1-3 human design profile, the investigator martyr. If you don't know what your human design profile is, there is a link in the description for you to get your human design body graph, and your profile will be listed on there. You don't need to know a ton of human design in order for these messages to resonate. The intention is for them to be an additional, avenue, or like an additional source of information for you, because, like not every 1-3 is Sagittarius or a, Capricorn. So definitely be sure to check out your zodiac sign readings. Like I said, the last ones that I did were kind of more, this last year and then the year going forward. But anyway, let's just start pulling cards. I think I actually want to pull tarot cards first, and then we'll pull a couple oracle cards. I haven't actually... I just grabbed the deck, like the oracle deck, but I haven't actually totally figured out how we're gonna incorporate it. So we're learning along the way. We have the Three of Cups. I just want like 2 more cards. We have the Fool card and the interesting, the Three of Wands. 3 energy here. So like my right hand hurts today. Like it just, trying to shuffle these cards, like kind of hurt. March. Maybe one more. When you least expect it. Let me make sure we can kind of see everybody. Move the light around. One of my lights went out. My fridge went out. Shit's just breaking all over the place. I wanted to actually, this symbol that's on her back, I know it has like a, oh, I knew it. I'm like, I know that I mispronounced the word. Triskelis, maybe? Past, present, future. Maid, mother, crone. Life, death, rebirth. I was getting this vibe of, I mean, well, duh. Like, I was like getting this vibe of a new beginning. I mean, we have the true like new beginning card out here. And it really does feel like this reading has this energy of it almost feels like resistance. Like it feels like intuitively you probably know that there is a cycle, whatever that cycle is, like a job, a relationship, even just a behavior, a habit, a routine. Even, I mean, obviously it would depend on your situation, but it's like run its course. It very well could have to do with other people, though. I don't know. It definitely could, of course. But when I said that out loud, the immediate feeling that I got from it was that you are going to be supported by other people through like whatever this new beginning is. And it's almost like their support or even like their presence, because too, right? I mean, like these three people are there together. It doesn't have to be three people, you know, like it certainly can be. It could be more or less. But they are present. It's almost like they recognize the need to support you, or you recognize the need to support them. And maybe to a certain extent, you're all going through some level of the same shift. It just might be in different areas of your life. Like right here, my hand hurts. The hell? It's just so weird. But anyway, but like I said, right? Like I do honestly feel like this is like intuitively, you already know. Like intuitively, you sense the vibe, or you know, just you know, a shift happening with your thoughts, or you know, just with where you are focusing your energy and your attention. But it's like you're not quite ready. Like you're trying your best to like surrender or to trust it or to like lean into it, but there's still some resistance there. And maybe it is because it's like a big enough shift to where there is going to be a major aspect of your life that changes. And also, you know, endings are not all that easy anyway. Really, you know, like when you're trying to change your habits, or again, when you're trying to change your routines, like, you know, if it is a relationship, whether it's, you know, friends or romantic relationship or moving away from home or, you know, whatever, it's still, um, I want to say like a loss, but it's still, it's a transition, it's a change. And it's going from, you know, something that has been consistent or something that has been, you know, holding your focus or your attention for however long. And, you know, once that thing changes or you don't have it to pour your energy into, it's kind of like what do I do? Like what do I do now? Like what do I do with that? Well, you know, I mean, you pour it into yourself, really. You give it to yourself. I feel like these two oracle cards too, it's like it's pretty, you know, it's like pretty self-explanatory. Like, you know, they're you might see this really ramp up in March. I also just think too, like March, when I think March as a month, especially in Colorado, usually, because I mean winter is not going how winter usually goes in Colorado. Like literally I just saw this video of a tree like blossoming the other day, which is not good, you know. That's not what's supposed to happen in December in Colorado. But March is usually the heaviest month for snow. It's usually one of the wettest months that we have in winter. So it's interesting that like in this card, it looks very springy, right? And I think that's just like you know, when we think spring, we do think blooming and things coming back to life and just, you know, again, like rebirth, even. And this Triskelion, Triskelion. I know I'm pronouncing that probably wrong, but the life or the birth life, what is it? Past, present, future, life, death, rebirth. Yeah. Also, too, we start with the Three of Cups. The Fool and the Three of Wands only have one person in it. So maybe you are just branching out. Maybe you are, kind of deciding to focus on your own like growth in whatever aspect that is for you, like choosing a path. And it's definitely something that, like you have some curiosity about, that you have a passion about, that you're motivated about. But it's still something that is going to take a leap of faith. I mean, it definitely feels like something has been outgrown here. I still feel, though, like in this Three of Cups, that you are going to be supported. And really, you should only care about the people who are supporting you. Like the people who are um just causing like drama or causing like chaos when you're in the middle of transition, right? It like triggers their fear or their insecurities or their, whatever. And then they start like poking at you and trying to create that environment within you too. But then there's people that are like, hell yeah, go after that thing, right? Like, hell yeah, try that path. Hell yeah, go after the passion, right? Because like, what else would you do in life? Like, it's like, and I also really do think like with this Three of Wands being in the reverse, or, for me, if the top of the card comes out on the left side, it's working its way into upright. If the top of the card comes out on the right side, then it's like working its way into reverse. And I see reversals as being more of an internal process versus an external expression, versus it being like the opposite meaning of the card, which I mean, of course, like that could certainly be, but that's why I'm like, I feel like you already know. Like I feel like there's already a sense of curiosity within you. Like, what if I tried? What if I put some energy into that thing? What if I branched out? What if I, like, even, in the Fool card, they're holding, I don't even think I've ever noticed this before, but they're like literally holding the Ace of Wands in their hand. This is a Uranus card. Like it's not even a fire, like card or whatever, but I love that they're holding the Ace of Wands, and that kind of looks like amethyst. Let's see. clarity, calm, spiritual connection, and protection. I was going to say, like with this grid down here, there's definitely a sense of like divine protection, even divine timing. Like it could even like be a portal, like all of those, you know, kind of words that symbolize that whatever it is that you are already like intuiting, you're first of all intuiting it because the time is coming. It wouldn't even exist in your consciousness if it wasn't, or that it wouldn't even exist in your consciousness if it wasn't possible. And if it wasn't like correct for you. Now we're just kind of like working on timing. This could also even just be like a really good reminder to like tap into your strategy and authority, because truly like your strategy and authority is meant to help you enter into the things that are correct for you, quote unquote correct, right? And part of the struggle is the mind. Like the mind is the thing that's like, are you sure? Like, you know, kind of freaking out here, you know, or just feeling the pressure, you know, to relieve the tension or like the anxiety. And in human design, like we, you know, we don't make decisions from pressure centers, and the pressure centers are our head and root. We allow that information to come in, and then we let it filter through our strategy and authority. Yeah, like all of these, like higher consciousness, soothes. I'm talking about amethyst again, sorry. It soothes the mind and body, reduces anxiety, tension, and overstimulation. You know, and with this, when you least expect it card, it almost kind of feels like it's just going to happen like that. Maybe there's something that like happens in March, or you could really start to see the buildup of energy, or even the clarity with whatever this is. Not to mention March is the third month, and we have 2 3s out here. We have 303 actually as well, which is kind of hilarious because that's a Denver area code. Maybe you're going to be traveling to Denver. That's kind of hilarious. In March. You know, when you least expect it. Like maybe there'll just be like a surprise trip to Denver. That'll have like, you know, some sort of energy with something new. It could even be too, you know, that if it has to do with like friends, it could be one of those things of like okay, I just need to figure out how to like say this out loud. I guess I'll just say it, and then if I need to like clarify myself, then it's like one thing to like think the words or to feel them, right? But then it's like a completely other thing to actually say them out loud. And for somebody that has a defined throat, like that's so frustrating. So anyway, it's almost like, you know, a getaway. And it's like you recognize the need to just get out of your own space, to get out of your own routine. And it really is like there's a need or like a feeling to like shake up your energy, right? Like I'm kind of doing this myself. Like I'm going to visit my folks. And in part that's because I do feel like shifts happening. And I almost just want to get out of my own environment where I do have routine and I do have habits and I do have, you know, kind of all the, you know, and it's like just changing the environment, changing the location, even too, it's in a different state for me. So, of course, Denver could be in a different state for you. But there's different energy there. Not that like it's necessarily running away from something. It feels like more intentional than that. Um it's almost like being more open to like accepting the information. Something about like just getting more clarity. And that happens because like you're outside of like your own bubble, like your own box, right? That's interesting. I mean, this can certainly be like travel here too, like with the three of wands. That's definitely, I mean, that's more of a beach vibe. And, we certainly don't have that in Colorado, but I mean, eventually maybe we'll get some snow. We do. So, like maybe you are going to be snowboarding or skiing or something like that, sledding even, with this like surfboard here. But yeah, very interesting. Threes represent self-love. And threes also, like, they are, let's see, like, I'm like trying to think of like the threes in tarot. Like, obviously, we have two of them out here. This is support from others, networking, community, friendships. Right. And I mean, they are all supporting each other. And I keep getting this feeling. It's like, when you like graduate school or college or something, and it's like you all recognize that your lives are going to be totally different. And maybe you guys are heading in different directions, like you got job offers or you're going to, continue your education or whatever the case may be, right? But it's like making this commitment to like staying connected and supporting each other through those different stages in life. And then the three of wands is about broadening your horizons. This is when you decide to start taking steps towards your dreams, towards your passions and getting creative. Like having the motivation, like just going out there and trying. It's the curiosity, not to mention too, right? We are reading for 1 3s. So, that martyr line being the trial and error process. It's, I mean, it's literally getting your hands on stuff and seeing if it works or not. This is like being past the investigation stage. This is now like, okay, I have the information. Now it's time to try and to see too, like how it works for me. Not just, how the thing works, the mechanism, the machine, like whatever it is. But how does it work in relation to me? The Three of Swords is generally a bit devastating. It's a period of like turmoil, It's kind of where we develop beliefs, related to experiences and the stories that we attach, to those experiences. The Three of Pentacles is collaborating with others. So it all, like, all of these kind of have this like similar vibe of other people and like going after something. The beginning parts of like where our limiting beliefs come from, where our beliefs in general come from, heartbreak, traumas, you know the things that we have a curiosity about. But yeah, I mean, threes. Three is a big thing, which is also kind of funny, because like I said, March is the third month, right? So 333. So definitely, if you're looking for a little bit more personalized to a certain extent, definitely check out my 333 reading. Really at any point, because I'm just going to keep kind of running that for the time being. So, if it's not now, if it's in the near future, that's fine. But yeah, beautiful. I'm going to leave this there. Thank you so much for allowing me to read your cards. I will talk to you soon. Bye.